Your bathroom fan could be secretly costing you thousands of dollars in damages. Most people don't even know this until the damage is done. With over 18 years of bathroom remodeling experience, here are 3 signs your fan is failing you without spending a dime on inspections. Sign number 1 is if you have foggy mirrors after you shower. This shows that your fan isn't pulling out enough moisture, which creates the perfect environment for mold. If you have a properly functioning bathroom fan that is the right size for your space, you shouldn't see much fogginess on your bathroom mirror at all. Sign number 2 is if you have bubbling, cracking, or peeling paint in your bathroom. This means moisture is soaking into your walls, slowly breaking down drywall, and even causing the wood framing behind it to rot. Sign number 3 is if you have mold buildup on your fan, ceilings, or walls. This is terrible for your health, but also could wreck your bathroom, costing you a fortune. If you're noticing any of these signs, here's what you can do.
Call Vent Savvy today at 317-300-4434. That's 317-300-4434 and mention Rob for a free attic inspection. Hey guys, it's Rob Kendall. Thanks so much for checking out the Rob Kendall Show. And remember, please like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends about us. If you own a business or you're in charge of making decisions for your business, we'd love to get to know you. We'd love to learn more about what you do and how here at the Rob Kendall Show, we can help you get your word out to a very loyal group of people. Because, that's what we have with viewers on the Rob Kendall Show, a really loyal group of people. Send us an email, sales@robkendallshow.com, sales@robkendallshow.com. And I look forward to getting back in touch with you to learn more about your business and how the Rob Kendall Show can help you grow. Hey guys, welcome back. Rob Kendall Show. Don't forget the website, robkendallshow.com, on Twitter @RobMKendall. It is one of the biggest days in all of sports, one of the biggest weekends, in fact, in all of sports. It's the beginning of the NCAA Tournament, and we said there's got to be a way to make a few bucks potentially out there with that. But we don't know. I don't know. We got to bring in a pro. Luckily, we got a guy. Sports handicapper extraordinaire. Britt's Picks is where you can find him on Facebook. The great Kenny Britt. Hello.
Thanks for having me, Rob. I enjoy being here.
Now, you do this like full time. This is, you've got a job, but this job that you have may not be as important as this job, which is betting on sports.
Well, I don't know about that. I build military engines, so,
Are you thinking about when you're building the military engine? Are you thinking about who you're going to bet on each night? Or are you focused on building the military engine?
I stay focused, but I don't get much sleep. I sleep about 4 hours a night.
You live this stuff.
I do. It's a passion. This isn't something I need to do to survive. It's just a passion. I love doing it.
So we said, let's have some fun. Obviously, NCAA tournament starting, a massive, massive deal. People taking off work, doing their stuff. Tournament getting ready to begin here in just a little bit. And so Kenny's kind enough. He's put together some fun ways you can bet the tournament on the whole thing, on games coming up Thursday evening, Friday, all day Friday. Yeah. Let's get right into it. Look, I freely admit, I'm a golf guy, not a basketball guy. I'll be watching the games this week, but I said, okay, I'm going to take 2 of the longer shots, not the, no chance people, but I put a couple coins on Purdue at 22-1, and I got St. John's at 60-1 because I love Rick Pitino. Okay. Do I have any chance of cashing either of those?
You've got a chance.
A puncher's chance.
Yeah. Last year we had all 4 seeds, all 4 number 1 seeds, make the Final Four. It looks like that could happen again this year.
Really?
It really does.
Are they that much better?
I think there's 5 teams that are that much better if you put in Iowa State.
Yeah.
I think those 5 are just a little bit better than everybody else.
So that's Duke, Florida,
Zona,
Arizona,
Iowa
State,
Michigan.
And Michigan.
Yeah, and Michigan, right.
So those are your 6 that you say, hey, if you're
5,
if you're playing for keeps, those are the 5 you'd be looking at.
I would think so. And as I discussed on another show the other day, betting and doing your bracket are 2 totally different things. So,
explain that to us.
Because when you do your bracket, you're going to try to get some upsets in there,
right?
But you're not, your hard-earned money that you earn every day, you're not going to bet on that particular team a lot of times,
right?
So it's night and day between betting and filling out a bracket, night and day.
Kenny Britt is our guest. You can find him Britt's Picks on Facebook, and. So, how big of a deal is this for you in the betting world? Where does the NCAA tournament rank?
Well, since I was 12 years old, my mom used to write me notes to get me out of school. I've taken a 4-day weekend every weekend since for 45 years. And so it's big. You know, it coincides, March Madness coincides with two different things. Snow in Indiana.
That's right.
And vasectomies. And 26 years ago to this day,
You know,
I was sitting in a recliner with a bag of peas. And yeah, but it's a pretty big deal. So I'll be all 4 days. I'll be
well, without giving away the farm, because you do this for a living
Right,
and you want
right.
people to visit Britt's picks over on Facebook, can you give us, if you narrow it down, a couple teams you say, I'd really look at those teams if I were to pick one team to win it all, and kind of what those odds look like?
again, I think the 4 number 1 seeds are, you know, the chalks. But I'm
It's like taking Scotty Scheffler in golf, Kenny.
Exactly. You got to try to fade him. So that's what I've done in my bracket. I've got Iowa State winning it all.
Okay.
Now, by any stretch, that's not a long shot.
They're a 2.
They're 2.
Okay.
So it's not like that's a long shot.
Yeah.
But I've got Iowa State winning it over Arizona in the
Okay.
final game. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about kind of how people may bet the first couple days, because let's face it, you may know your team. Maybe if you're a fan of Big Ten basketball, you know some of the other teams, but they're playing these schools. You have no idea
Right.
who any of them are. How do you go about even beginning to potentially bet these early round games?
That's where handicapping comes in. We literally look at every single game that's being played. And
Purdue's playing Queens. What do you know about Queens, Kenny Britt?
actually a little bit. This is their first year, Division I. First year eligible to make the tournament,
And they won their conference.
and here they are. So that's the kind of Cinderella stuff we love.
Do you have game film on Queens? Like, how do you, because the spread was what, 24 and a half
Yeah.
points, I think. Purdue's a favorite. That, by the way, that game is what is it Friday?
I think it's a Friday.
Friday,
Yeah.
7. St. John's and Purdue play at the same time, so I'm going to be
Right.
cheering at the same time. But like, how do you even know, like, what do you learn about Queens? How do you learn about them? What does a handicapper do?
Well, I will admit that team I've never watched play.
Yeah.
I'll admit that. But you look at who they played, the competition, the conference they're in. A lot of preseason, a lot of times preseason games, these lesser schools will play, like a Duke or somebody.
Sure.
Will pay them tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, to come and get pummeled.
Yeah.
So you kind of look at how they stand up against other teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us a couple games you're looking at. You're, as a pro, Thursday evening, Friday, as our audience will be able to consume. Oh, you brought notes.
Yeah, I got a little cheat sheet.
Yeah, excellent. Who are you looking at?
I'm going to give 2 games on Thursday night
Okay.
that I really like. I like VCU getting 3.5.
Who are they playing?
Yeah,
I gotta go to your bracket. You
I
just
got
that's
so many
all
things.
that matters for our audience is that VCU's
So
getting
many
3.5.
things in my head. Right. That's all you really need to know. I can't see without my glasses.
All right,
on,
VCU getting 3.5.
but yeah.
All right.
And then Texas A&M getting 4.5.
Okay, Texas A&M getting 4.5. VCU getting 3.5.
Yeah. And another thing to remember, these, like you well know, these lines change
Absolutely.
constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So but they will be underdogs and getting some points.
Do you tend to, or is it just sort of a hodgepodge, go with underdogs? Like, to me, I always thought betting the underdog, of all things were equal, I would do that because there's a million different ways. Like with football, if your team's getting 8 points, there's a million different ways you can still lose that game and not lose by 8 points.
Right.
And you're always sort of in the game versus if you're a favorite and your team goes, down 7 points. Hey, you're going to have a really hard time getting to that. I always kind of like the underdogs, but you're the pro. What say you?
Well, we have a group text and we talk about that a lot. If you bet the underdog, you're probably going to win 51% of the time.
Yeah.
It's that even, and that's
Really?
year over year.
Really?
Yeah. So you're not going to make any money.
Are you ever amazed at how good the odds makers actually are?
It's unbelievable how many times there's a half a point or 1 point or 1.5 points. I mean, we sit and cry about it all the time.
But it's literally like, you'll
Literally.
say, you'll maybe have, for those, over under the amount of points scored in a game, and you'll have an over under of 52.5 points, and it ends up 52 or 53, and you'll just go, how do they know that?
And a lot of times it happens like on a missed extra point.
Yeah.
Or it's almost like they didn't know.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, every day in sports betting that happens, basketball, football, baseball.
Kenny Britt, Britt's Picks with us. You can find him on Facebook, Britt's Picks, giving us a couple of his plays that he kind of likes for Thursday evening. Friday, you got something for us for Friday?
I'm going to give you my long shot to win, at least to get to the Sweet 16.
Okay.
If you want to put,
can you bet on that? Can you say so and so will make it to the Sweet 16?
Sure can.
Okay.
And this team is plus 2,000 on DraftKings.
What does that mean? That means what is that 20?
$10 would get you back 200.
Wow.
Yes,
okay, so that is just to get to the Sweet 16.
Just to get to the Sweet 16.
Okay, very good.
Let me give you the road trip for them.
Okay,
we're talking about Akron.
Akron.
They're plus 7.5 in their game on Friday playing Texas Tech.
So they're getting, but you're saying you think they'll win the game.
Texas Tech lost one of the best players in the country 6 games ago. They're 3-3 since, but they're 0-3 the last 3 games. Okay.
So if you're feeling especially generous or risky, you could bet on Akron. They'd have to win 2 games to get to the Sweet 16. Right. They'll be underdogs probably in both of those games, but you think Akron's pretty good.
I do. They won the MAC, which isn't a great conference.
They beat Miami.
But Miami was 31-0.
Yeah.
And they won that conference. But in the second round, if they were to get past Texas Tech, they play Alabama.
Okay.
We know what happened with their star player.
He's in some trouble.
He's in a little bit of trouble, and he's officially off the team now.
And that's why you're a professional.
A couple pounds of pot in his dorm room, so he's gone.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. So you like Akron potentially to surprise everybody and go to Sweet 16?
I think they got a great chance. I really do.
All right, before we let you go, they give little fun bets. They're called props. Is that right?
Yeah.
Anything that stand out to you in the NCAA tournament that you're like, that might be a fun bet? Like you'll see this in the Super Bowl. A prop bet might be so-and-so will get more than 39 rushing yards. And then you bet for that person the whole, or you cheer for that person the whole game. Sports betting, by the way, and I tell people this all the time, you know me, I'm the king of the $1 bet, Kenny. It just makes it fun to me. It gives me somebody to cheer for and against. So you can take a game you don't care at all about, and it gives you a hero and a villain. You got any little fun bets that you think people might want to?
First of all, your dollar on IU paid pretty handsomely, didn't it?
That's right.
So a dollar makes a difference.
That's right. Yeah.
But
almost did it with the Pacers all the way to the NBA. 1 game away at 125 to 1 on a $1 bet.
A $1 bet. I mean, that's what you call value, folks.
That's right.
That's what you call.
That's right.
What I did on the props is I just, like I did with Akron, I didn't really do anything besides that. Just a couple teams to get to the Sweet 16 that are long odds. This is, again, betting, and your bracket is different.
Right.
You're not going to necessarily play these teams in your bracket, but they might have a chance. So Akron at plus 2,000, I love that.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good bet. A couple other ones, Texas A&M plus 1,100.
So that would pay you for every $1 you bet, you get 11 back.
Get $11.
That's just to get to the Sweet 16.
That's just winning 2 games.
Okay.
And my other long shot would be Miami of Florida plus 500.
So that's 5 to 1?
Yeah.
For every dollar you bet, you get 5 back.
That's right.
All right, man. Even if you don't watch basketball, everybody loves the NCAA tournament.
Right.
It's just outstanding.
You
and
fill out the brackets.
Yeah. Britt's picks on Facebook. That's where you can find him. The great Kenny Britt. Thank you as always, my friend.
I better see you on a ballot in about 5 years.
$10 million. That's all I need, buddy. All right, you're watching Rob Kendall Show.
Buying a home or thinking about refinancing? Work with someone local who understands the Central Indiana market. Gary Tedrow with Verity Mortgage helps homebuyers and homeowners explore options for purchasing, refinancing, or even consolidating higher interest debt through their mortgage. Gary's approach is simple, clear advice, and personalized guidance, so you can make confident decisions. Visit loansbygary.homes to learn more or get started today. You've got nothing to lose but dollars on your mortgage payment. So call for a free, no-obligation quote, 317-695-5179. Gary Tedrow, NMLS number 179207 with Verity Mortgage, NMLS number 70345, an equal housing opportunity lender.
Are you seeing cracks in mortar, moisture working through walls, facade or structural failure beginning to surface? Bramwell Mackay sets the standard for exterior and structural building solutions. Our 40-year master masons and industry experts address moisture intrusion, failing foundations, masonry deterioration, and more. From preserving historic landmarks to addressing modern building envelope issues, Bramwell Mackay delivers full-spectrum service with white-glove professionalism. In Indianapolis, call 812-33-BRICK. 812-33-BRICK.
Are you a Clay County resident who is ready to be part of creating a brighter future for our citizens? Doug Cobb is running for County Commissioner and will bring fresh perspective to the table. A local farm and business owner, he has skin in the game of our county's success. He knows that a great team can accomplish so much more than any one of us alone and is ready to create a brighter future for Clay County together. The committee to elect Doug Cobb approves this ad. Paid for by Linda Cheatham.